Good evening, everyone, or good morning, or wherever you are. Um, just want to tackle this subject, and I know it's going to probably start a firestorm, but it's okay. This whole bickering and fighting going about the pre-trib rapture and the post-trib and those who think the church is going to go through the tribulation and we gotta stock up on canned goods and duct tape and all this sort of thing. And I'm not trying to poke fun at you all or anything like that, because I believe the Lord's going to rescue us from that hour. And it says it in the Bible, and I guess I don't understand why this confusion is here. Because if you read the Bible, you know that God has a way of rescuing His people from judgment. Now I know somebody saying, well, what about the Israel when they got captured and put in Babylonian captivity and all that stuff? That was consequences for their actions. That was not judgment. Judgment is the type of thing that Sodom and Gomorrah went through. It was where Lot was there, and God was pretty much had to rescue Lot. The angels had to pull Lot away from Sodom and Gomorrah so they can proceed with His judgment. And and my thing is, why would the Lord allow His bride to go through the worst period of the earth's history that was totally dedicated to pouring out the wrath on the sinners? We're not sinners anymore. We're saved by grace. We're saints now. Why would God, when I say God, I'm talking about Jesus, why would Jesus beat up His bride? He is not a wife beater. He's not going to beat up His church. I'm married and there's a fight going to go on or something like that, and my wife is in the area, I'm going to grab my wife and say, come here, honey. You stay over there because it's about to go down. Get her out of the way. Get her in a protective space, and when it goes down, she's not going to get injured in any kind of way. And that's how I see it. But for some of y'all who need scriptures or whatever, I'm looking at my notes here. Um, just check this out where it talks about how in 1 Thessalonians chapter 1 and 9 through 10, if you read that, it's basically saying that we have been delivered from the wrath to come. And that word wrath means the judgment. And the judgment period lasts for 7 years. That is the last week of the Daniel 70-week prophecy. For your Bible scholars, you know what I'm talking about. There is and you have to understand, 7 days, we think of 7 days, but then at the same time, 7 days represent 7 years. In Jewish calendar, when they say a week, it doesn't necessarily mean a week like in, a few days. It can also mean years. So, and not only that, but if you read 1 Thessalonians 5 and 9, it can also let you know that we have not been appointed to wrath, but to receive salvation. And there's so much I can say, and I can keep throwing more verses at you, but just those couple of verses I gave you to get you thinking like, well, maybe we're not supposed to go through it. And think about Noah. Christ said the days of Noah is going to be like when Jesus comes back. The days of Noah, what happened? God warned Noah that there's a flood coming, right? Just like He's warning us about the end times coming. Well, He told Noah to build an ark. He built it, and what happened? Did the rain start before Noah could finish the boat? Or while Noah finished the boat, it just started raining and he couldn't get on the boat, and he's like, oh, struggling to get on the boat to leave? No, I mean, God opened, had them to come on in. God shut the door, and the flood came. That ark is safety, just like Jesus is the ark of our salvation. And so, when we're in Christ, we're protected. We're not the wrath that was in the flood. That was the wrath of God, the judgment on the earth. Noah and his family were safe. They were safe and they was kept. And that's the same thing with us. We're going to be safe and kept because we're not going to be a part of it. Now, all right, well, explain this to me then. You're reading through Revelation, and you get to the part where the first part of Revelation is talking about Jesus, and it's talking about how Jesus talked to the seven churches. That's us, the Christians. Now, after He gets through dealing with us, we're taken up with Him to heaven. Now, when the tribulation starts, where on earth between when the tribulation starts in Revelation, which is probably around chapter 5 and all the way through 19, you do not see the church mentioned anywhere in the tribulation. Nowhere do you see the word church or Christian. Now somebody says, well, they said believers. Yes, those are believers who come to know Jesus Christ after the Christians leave. Because remember, there's 144,000 male virgin Jews. I mean, I'm not making this up, just read it. It's there. And the two witnesses, they're going to go evangelizing pretty much the whole world. There's going to be many, many people that will be saved and become believers in Jesus Christ because of what they said. Now, they're not going to be taken over rapture because rapture just happened. They're the ones that are going to be going through this persecution and being martyred and having their heads cut off and, and all this sort of thing that's going to happen to them. It's going to be horrible, but we do know that they'll be in heaven and that they are saved. So, God bless all of them for that. So he provided a way out for us. My thing is, why you want to be a glutton for punishment? I mean, you don't have to be here. Why you want to be here? I mean, what purpose is it going to serve you? And so that's one of the ones that I always hear people say who think that the pre-trib rapture is alive. And I was like, why? I mean, why is it that way? I mean, we're reading out the same Bible, aren't we? And the thing about the Bible, you have to read not just one verse, but you have to take it all in context. You can't take a piece here and say, oh, we know who the Antichrist is, and then take a piece here and say, well, there's no pre-trib rapture and all this sort of thing. You can't do it that way. It all got to fit like this. It all has to fit together. Because if you're wrong on one point in the Bible, it doesn't hold up. So hopefully this sparks some kind of conversation or whatever. Just let me know what y'all think. Talk to you later. Bye.